Good evening students. In today's class we are going to discuss the common errors made by the students in ICSE examination chemistry. First, in chapter organic chemistry, drawing the isomers. So you will be knowing the names like position isomers, functional isomers, metamers, etc. But you are not able to draw the isomers properly, so we need to practice that. Second one is dehydration and dehydrogenation. We should know the difference. D means removal. Hydration is nothing but a removal of water, but dehydration is nothing but a removal of hydrogen. If they give dehydrohalogenation, you need to remove hydrogen as well as halogen. Okay, so alcoholic KOH, whenever they use, you have to remove H and X. Okay, these are the important differences. Next, confusion, that is IUPAC nomenclature. Always remember the formula what we have discussed. What was the formula? The formula was, whenever you are writing names, you have to use root word first, then primary suffix, secondary suffix, primary prefix, secondary prefix. So I have explained this, so you need to follow this. Then even if you are writing the functional group here, when you check CHO is aldehyde, we have to write AL, but sometimes by mistake they will be writing ethanol, OL, then completely 1 mark is lost here. Next mistake is condensed formula is written instead of structural formula. For example, you are writing carbon skeleton like this, CH3, CH2, CH2 and CH3, but it should be expanded like this. And also sometimes what will happen is you forget to write the hydrogens somewhere here. So and what will be done, this is just written as a carbon skeleton, so this will be in the reduction of marks. Then fifth error is confusion in the functional groups. Many students will get confused with alcohol, aldehyde and ketone. See, OH group is alcohol, CHO group aldehyde, and on either side if carbon is there like this, so CH3COCH3, this will become ketone, but on only one side carbon, other side hydrogen, it becomes aldehyde, and OH group is considered to be alcohol. Then we should not write during the calculations empirical formula must be written in full. We should not write EF like abbreviations. Next, in the chemical properties, gets confused with the substitution as well as addition reactions. Always, saturated compounds will show substitution, but double bond and triple bond will show addition reactions. And also many people have done with this mistake, they will be writing methene and methine, which is never possible. So always it starts with 2 carbons, ethene and ethane. So this mistake should not be done. Then also confused with the carbonic acid and carboxylic acid. What is carbonic acid? H2CO3. Carboxylic acid is RCOOH. Next, see, they'll ask the observation based questions. Suppose they will say, if at all you are combining alcohol with the carboxylic acid, what is the observation? See, observation indicates that you have to mention fruity smell of ester is observed. This one, you should not write the equation. Then in the types of isomers, you should not be confused, like position, what is position isomers, then what is functional isomer, and what is chain isomer. These three are the important isomers what will be asked in the examination. Then you should not miss the keywords. And in the periodic properties, confusion between electron affinity and electronegativity. Many a times students get confused with electron affinity and electronegativity. See, when you observe fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen, they have tendency to attract electron pair. That property is known as electronegativity. But if you take chlorine, it has 7 valence electrons, so therefore it has tendency to accept 1 electron. So enthalpy involved in one electron is electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity. Hope you have understood this. Pair of electron, tendency to attract a pair of electron is known as electronegativity. So we should not make mistake in between this. Then give reason questions. Alkali metals are reducing agents. See, loss of electrons right? Alkali metals have tendency to lose electrons. During that process they undergo oxidation, hence you call them as reducing agents. This should be mentioned correctly. And one more important thing, in the table based question they will give you ABCD alphabets. So you know that that particular alphabet is, let us imagine, nitrogen, but what we will do is you will write nitrogen and the alphabet mentioned there may be B. So we should write the alphabet but not the original name of the element, so which is not in the table. So many times this mistake is repeated by the students. Next, important thing is when they ask which one is having highest electronegativity, you have to use a fluorine, not to get confused with the Cl chlorine. And if they ask affinity, electron affinity, tendency to gain one electron, chlorine should be answered. Okay, so don't commit this mistake. Next, in the periodic trends also, always with the group and the period, confusion will be there. You should practice more on this. Next chapter, chemical bonding. So lot of confusion between chemical, that is different types of bonds, mainly with the coordinate covalent bond. What is coordinate covalent bond means? If you take ammonia, it has one extra pair of electron called lone pair. If it donates that to electron deficient one, like it doesn't have electron, so this type of bonding is known as coordinate covalent bond, but sharing of electron is covalent. Next, when you are asked to draw the transfer of electrons or represent the ionic bond formation, like this example what I have shown, CaCl2, you have to show the arrow marks while showing the transfer of electron from calcium to chlorine. Here 2 electrons are transferred, so definitely you have to draw 2 arrow marks here. Then examples of polar covalent bond and non-polar covalent bond. So you know very well, polar covalent bond is nothing but, see, confusion between polar covalent and non-polar covalent. When you are having same atoms like HH, Cl, Cl, right, oxygen double bond O, N triple bond N, because they have same electronegativity, it has non-polar character. But if you take HCl, okay, any electronegative element which attracts the shared pair of electron, then this will become polar covalent bond. So we should understand clearly between polar and non-polar covalent bonds. Then one more important thing, when you are drawing the structure of this ammonia and water or in the dative bonding, you should not forget the lone pair of electrons. So we should mention this. So if you draw the structure like this, then it is incorrect. Hope you have understood this. Next, in acid, bases and salts, there will be confusion between efflorescence and deliquescence. What is meant by efflorescence? You have hydrated salt, on heating it will become anhydrous. So that process is known as efflorescence, or property is called efflorescence. But if you keep NaOH solid in the atmosphere, what happens? It absorbs moisture and becomes liquid. This property is known as deliquescence. So we should know the difference. Then relation between acidity, alkalinity with the pH, and also the calculation of pH, we should not get mistakes in this. So hope you have understood this. Next class we will discuss the errors done in the other chapters. Thank you so much.